If you thought that the country's most watched races in Florida were over, think again. There are some bombshell updates in these races, but it's actually a scandal in Florida's Senate race that is capturing everyone's attention. In Florida, as of Thursday afternoon, Ron DeSantis' lead over Democrat Andrew Gillum has narrowed to only 0.47%, which is within the 0.5% margin necessary to trigger a recount. And yes, Gillum did concede to DeSantis on election night, but concession speeches are not legally binding. They're simply a courtesy to your opponent. And Gillum doesn't seem to have any intention to waive the right to a recount. But our attention is on the Florida Senate race, where a possible scandal has erupted. As of Thursday afternoon, Governor Rick Scott's lead over Democratic Senator Bill Nelson has narrowed to only 0.22%, which automatically places that race in hand recount territory. But all eyes today are on deep blue Broward County in Florida, where 695,000 votes have already narrowed the gap in recount territory, and votes are still coming in. But there's a major issue in that county, and Democratic attorneys are now pouring in. There is a more than 25,000 vote discrepancy where there is no vote for the Senate race on the ballots. These are ballots that did cast votes for other races, but it's insane to think that more voters would cast votes for the state's Commissioner of Agriculture, Chief Financial Officer, and Attorneys General than they would for their United States Senator. And this pattern isn't seen anywhere else in the state. Attorneys are now suggesting that a machine error may have prevented Senate votes from being counted. It's convenient that these machine errors and missing power cords and broken machines always seem to affect Democratic areas. The Broward Elections Office is reviewing all provisional ballots by 5 p.m. today and will have their first unofficial results tomorrow by 1 p.m. But we won't be satisfied until every last vote is counted.
Hey everybody, it's Andrew Gillum here, Mayor of Tallahassee, Democratic nominee for Governor of the state of Florida. I want to start out by saying once again from the bottom of my heart, from the bottom of RJ's heart. I just spoke with Chris King and Kristen King. We're all so deeply appreciative of all of your support. As you know, we went out all across this state. We worked hard for every single vote that we received. We're looking that every single vote be counted. Whether it's an absentee vote, whether you voted on election day, whether it is a provisional ballot, we want every vote counted. We didn't go across this state talking to folks in red county and blue counties and purple counties not to have them have their say. And so I want you to know that in spite of the fact that we're a little bit down in the numbers, we're hopeful that every single vote will be counted in this race. And that way that all of us can walk away feeling extremely confident about what each and every one of us did to go out here and to have our say in this election. This election has never been about me. You heard me all along the trail talk about the fact that this is about us, that power sees nothing without a demand, that we've got to be willing to show up every single day and demand our seat at the table, where we're sitting at the table. And now it's important that we ensure that every vote be counted in this process. I'm so thankful again for everything that you've done to help us out along this way. I would be dishonest if I didn't say that this wasn't hard. This is extremely hard. But you know what? The fight for progress, the fight for change, the fight for what it is we want, it's hard. And that just means that you gotta, again, stiffen your spine and square your shoulders to the task. I'm prepared to do that. We've been prepared to do that all along the way, and we're continuing that fight today. So all I've got to say is let's count every vote and let's bring it home. Take care, everybody.